Hi there! It's time for another update on the vegetable garden. It is exploding. I thought I would start from this angle so you can see. Oh my goodness, everything is just growing. I also wanted to show you from this angle that the nasturtiums are starting to bloom. So let me get this camera turned around so I can show you it a little better. So you can see here the nasturtiums that I planted have started blooming. They are looking cute. Some of them are popping through the fencing. Hopefully they're going to be doing their job of helping to with some pest control. You can see the leaves are huge on some of them. And so I'll have to really get in here and take a look over the next few days to make sure that they're not interfering. We'll actually come around here since we're already this way. Green beans looking good. Oh, you can also see there's a marigold. And holy cannoli, look at this guy. This is one of the squash plants. It is trying to trail all over the place. It's all the way over to, oh good gracious, huge. And then here you can see, let me try to step over this. It's also going way up there, way up here. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk. But it's also appearing to be pretty happy. We've got blooms or blossoms that you can see at the base of the blossoms, how they are, have been, here, there's a better one. You can see that they've been pollinated, so they are turning into to squashes. So looking good. I am going to get this closed up with some kind of fencing so that I can get this tendril here going up this way, and then follow the camera over to here and get it off of the walking path. We've got lots and lots of blooms here inside of these. It looks like some of them maybe didn't get pollinated or aren't turning into squashes. I'll have to get in here and see a little closer. Oh, bugs. Sorry about that. So, and we've got the onions, and the dill has started flowering. So it seems to be happy. You can see we've got some more marigolds over there. So overall, the squash bed seems to be growing well. I need to get in, I'm not sure, I need to do some research on if this is a problem with the color of this leaf or if this is just its color. But everything is just ginormous. I swear, I went away for a couple of days and things were not this big. So it is like nowhere near this big. It's just like going everywhere. So anyways, the squash bed is the one that's the most like crazy looking to me. And then here we've got growing up the trellis. Lots and lots of pea pods for me to harvest. And I just harvested a few days ago, and look how like big that is. Good golly, they're like everywhere. So lots to harvest in here with the pea pods. Peppers have put on a lot of size, a bunch of them. Onions that are in good spots for the onions are starting to really, you can really start to see some bulbs. They're bulbing up nicely. And lots of little blooms and future peppers on the pepper plants. There's one pepper plant that's still rather small, but it has put on a lot of growth from where it was when I planted it, so I'm still hopeful for that one. More onions over there bulbing up, so very excited to see that. What else? Oh, look at the nasturtium leaves. They're just so big. And more nasturtium blossoms here. The carrot tops are crazy. I may have to come through again and pull some carrots that won't be large, but they will be a nice size still to eat based on when I pulled some a couple weeks ago, just to, good golly, thin this out, but it looks like a jungle. And the onions here are not quite, oh, they're starting to kind of pop up and bulb. Their bulbs are popping up. So that's exciting. These ones are a red type. I don't see any carrot shoulders yet, but I see some more onions in there. So that's coming. The lettuce is growing back that I had harvested from a little bit ago. I think these might be some of the beets might have actually be growing. That right here I think is a beet, and this one too. And more carrots. This lettuce is huge, so I think that lettuce needs to be ready to be taken out. Goodness. And then green beans. I think I'm gonna have to harvest some green beans. That might be dinner. Look at that. I got some green beans. I got lots of green beans. Oh, good gracious. Look at that. Lots and lots of green beans. Yes. And I got some tall stalks of lettuce stuff here. I think that just needs to come out. And then I'm not sure what the sweet pea plants are doing, but I'll have to get in here and investigate a little more. But healthy. Here's some carrots. Still no popping up of the carrots shoulders yet. And tomatoes. Tomatoes, I swear, in just a few days have grown like feet and feet. Lots of little baby tomatoes. This particular bed has mostly like cherry type tomatoes. Looks like I'm going to need to get in here and do some more staking, getting these guys tied a little bit, and some pruning. And oh, here's another tomato. Look at that. What variety is this? Is that purple bumblebee? Ooh, that's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Lots of little tomatoes here. That's the bright egg last year. And then this guy is just covered. This is the prairie fire. They are a little bit of an elongated style of tomato. This guy's looking happy. This is actually a paste tomato, Amish paste, that I threw in here in a spot because I had a spot for it. The onions in this side, some of them look like they're bulbing a little bit, but I don't think they're getting as much sun as maybe they needed with the size of the tomato plants. This is a broccoli plant I threw in here, and it does not seem to be growing any broccoli, so it may have to come out. But let's see what else we've got. Now, I had to go to town for a couple of days, and I had somebody helping me watering, and they did water, but the potato things here are super dry, and they've been being watered, so maybe this is something that happens when you have things in grow bags. They just don't hold the water well enough. So that may be a lesson learned, because these potato plants do not look good compared to those. Now, it could potentially be that they're getting close to being ready to harvest, but I didn't think they were supposed to be harvested this soon. And both of these grow bags are doing this. So as far as the potatoes, the way they look, one of them is Purple Majesty, the other is Purple Viking. So I'm gonna have to look at these and see, but the dirt is just like very dry on top. I do feel some moisture down just a little bit, so we'll see. These tomatoes over here are growing and growing and growing. Crazy. There are also some tomatoes forming on these guys, so that is exciting. And also going to need to do, I think, another prune and look at some staking here. Oh, and then this is one of, good gracious, this squash plant is just going everywhere. I don't know. I'm going to need to do some research. Maybe you guys can chime in if you know. Can I trim off some of the squash plant without killing it? This, I think, is coming from one of the spaghetti squash plants, which has lots of blossoms, but I don't know that I'm seeing anything that looks like it has started to turn into a squash yet. And then this potato basket doesn't look like the foliage is quite as dried out, but maybe it's because it's been being shielded by the monster squash. So we shall see. Goodness, lots. All right. And then over here you can see another angle on some of those tomato plants. We have some onions starting to get ready to put on some bulbs, it looks like. The garlic chives are still rather skimpy, but I don't know if they're just maybe not getting enough access to the sun with all these other big things. The broccolis over here. I missed one. This guy, I don't know if that's still good to eat or not. No, looks like it's, nope, see, so it's sprouting flowers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this off and I'll just toss it in the woods, and I'm gonna maybe then just leave this here because I can see what look like little baby heads of broccoli on what are called side shoots. So, but I don't know what this guy's deal is. It's never, maybe it's not a broccoli plant, but it just, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's a different kind of something, but it never got any broccoli on it. So we shall see. And then we've got some nasturtiums over here that are a different color, and cucumber plants with lots of blossoms. I don't see any cucumbers yet. But another reason for getting these tomato plants a little less jungly is there is a cucumber plant on the other side. We'll see. I'll try walking around to see if I can show that to you. Here's some baby squashes. Look at that. Look at those little guys. Look how cute. And the flowering plants that I've planted out here are all looking good. The calendula here is starting to bloom. This is the marshmallow yarrow. It's getting some blooms on it. There's another sad bag of potato plants. These, I think, are zinnias that I just dropped the seeds there. This is some more yarrow that looks like this is getting ready to bloom. This is Guiam. It looks like that one actually has been blooming, and they got all of these over here, and you can see here's the cucumber plants that are doing a good job vining on the side of the garden for me. This one doesn't look as happy, not nearly as happy as at all. We also have some carrots over here. Not seeing, I mean, they're growing. There's also a few onions sprinkled in here, but I don't see the onions looking as happy. I see a couple weeds, but I can't get to them because of the tomatoes. So looks like I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do here over the next couple of days now that I will be here, and got to do a little researching on my potatoes to see if we're getting close to harvest or if this is just how potatoes look. So lots of growth, lots of good things happening, and looks like I'm going to start being able to actually eat some of the more things from the garden, and looking really, really good. Thanks for joining me here today in Aunt Susan's garden.